and WBA, I made $360 on Rocket. And WBA puts were 77 cents, Rocket calls were 65 cents. So I lost like 25, 30% on WBA puts, made 120% on Rocket calls. 120%. So you probably just did too many contracts on one of them. That's probably it. Yeah. 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 Oh, nice job, Michael. 100% on Rockets. All right, let's get rolling into it. Yeah. All right. The hurricane, not too bad. Oh, it's not 3:30 yet. Oh, we got to wait till 3:30 technically. But not too bad. I did have some trees though fall. And then my fence broke. So that was one tree in the pasture. Some of the heifers got out, and then what was the other one? Here's what it looked like. So I had some trees fall there and there, and just a lot of branches and brush. Actually, I think the dock is okay. I gotta look. And then I had some chairs on the dock fall, but that's it. Not too bad. I had like the boat out with the tubes and stuff. So get it really started to hit last night around like 7, 8 o'clock. So by that time I was watching the Anna Delvey show, the new Anna Delvey, or not new, but I watched that show. So it was good. All right, let's get into some flow today, shall we? What have we done today in terms of flow? I had some good day trades and obviously some swing trades, but a few names I do like is Intel. These Intel, let's see if we can make these a little bigger. So I closed my Intel calls today, thankfully, because the stock had a big pop. I think I made like 130% on them. Obviously, I had Intel calls from a few days ago, but I do like these calls, these October 4th. So next week, 24 calls. Obviously, Intel's had lots of news with the buyout rumors, and they're only 60 cents, so they're not too pricey. Another name I do like is the oil names, Exxon, some next week 118 calls, and XOM. I'm not super big on the China stocks. I closed, to be fair, I closed a lot of them out, even like Billy. I closed a lot of them out. Neo, another one. LI Auto, another. I closed them out too early, to be fair. So I think they ran so much already that I did miss out on the Baba. Baba had a big move. I did miss out on that one, I will admit. But I think some of the China stocks, quite frankly, they ran too far, too fast. So I think, did Sean post an article on Neo in the Telegram?
Yes, he did.
Oh, let me see what he wrote. So if it's not a video, I don't write it, obviously. But let me see what he wrote. Some Neo. Did they all hit today? I guess so. Oh, wow. Little baby Neo had that many calls? What, does Neo have earnings? Wow, there was a lot of Neo calls. When does Neo have earnings? I just, the China ADRs, I felt personally like they've already had their big gap. And Vol is pretty expensive now. But let me look. Good job, Jeffrey. Oh, yeah, IO and Q. You took that, Danny? I saw that thing rip. Was there news this morning on it? It was up like 20% when I looked at it. Neo reported the 5th of September. Yeah, so they don't even have earnings. I mean, it really comes down to do you think the China ADR still have room to run? Basically, do you think China keeps injecting liquidity in the market. By the way, Oxy, we did this trade today in the option pit. More Oxy calls here. So Oxy, they bought the 51s for October 11th. And now some more Oxy November calls here on the highs of the day. So a little double whammy on Oxy. It's a pretty big bet. It's probably Warren's firm. Oxy had they're $1.03. I sold them at 90. I sold them at 97. So double whammy here in Oxy. The November 50s. How much are they? If they're under like, they're probably what, $3? Let's take a look. If they're under $3, I'll buy them. They're 320. A little pricey. But I do like the oil names. I think we might have found something, gang. Little cruise liners here. So I guess oil going up would be bad for cruise. I think we found something here. Carnival with some puts, and then Norwegian with some puts here. Might have found a little correlation play. Ooh. So Carnival Cruise reports earnings, I believe, after the bell or Monday morning. I like this here. And Norwegian cruise liners. Oxy, those calls are 320. Wow. Another 2,500 came in. So Carnival reports earnings Monday before the open. I'm going to buy these Norwegian cruise puts. The October 4th 21s. I'm going to buy these Norwegian cruise puts. They're the next week 21 puts to play Carnival earnings. See how much they are. 58 cents. It's pretty cheap. Maybe a quadruple top here in Norwegian. I'm going to buy these. So let me post this in the chat. Deanna, are we live streaming on YouTube, by the way?
Sorry, I muted myself. Yeah, yes, we are.
Okay, I can't have music then. So I'm going to buy these Norwegian October 4th 21 strike puts, and this will be a correlated play for CCL earnings. Okay? So I'm going to buy these puts. Basically, you could play CCL. What was the trade below it? CCL to 16.5s. Wow, that's $2.50 out the money. Those got to be what? 14 cents. What? Wow. Okay. I'm going to do Norwegian, though, for Carnival earnings. They're about 60 cents. Can we get filled at 59? 1, 2, 3. Nope. I try to be cheap. All right, filled at 60. So two little bets here in the cruise liners. So you can think about it. Cruise liners Carnival Cruise Line goes down. Norwegian Cruise goes down as well. Have we seen anything in RCL? No. Oh, we did have. Look at here. We had some we also had some 17.5 puts today as well in CCL. Man, those Oxy. I almost want to buy Oxy again. Oxy's ripping here. I sold my calls. So we did have some CCL next week 17.5 puts too. Here were the Oxy calls that hit as well. The October 11 expiration 51s in Oxy. So a little double whammy there in puts. Oxy OXY Scott. Here, I'll pull them up on both. Oxy. Let me know. So CCL and RCL, Yeah, I'll just post it here for you. First two, top two. CCL is the weekly, or pardon me, NCLH, Norwegian, is the weekly October 4th, 21 puts. And in CCL, they bought the 17 and a half and 16 and a half, which is a little crazy. That's like a full crash. Puts for earnings. The hood calls. These expire today, so hell no. We don't want to do any calls expiring in 20 minutes, unless you really want to day trade. But I personally would not do any hood. So I took these Norwegian. If you want, you could take Carnival too. Carnival obviously is going to be a correlated earnings play. Or Carnival does have earnings. Norwegian is a correlated earnings play. Yep, there we go. All right, let's see what else came across, shall we? Some JD.com next week calls. Good Lord. If China ADRs, y'all crushed it in the China stocks, by the way, this week. If they rally again over the weekend, I will literally be stunned. I will say, whatever is happening in China right now with the injection of liquidity and the big rate cuts, it's not going to be good. I don't know when, but we are going to have a market big pullback come, kind of the last hoorah. I don't know when, maybe election time, but it's financial manipulation at its finest. I mean, really, really bad. Let's see what else here. Yeah, there is a lot of Neo calls. Man, here I am talking crap, and then Neo comes across. But one thing you do have to realize, even in Neo, what did they buy? The October calls. You have a pretty big implied move in Neo now. Even all the China ADRs, you got about 100+% IV. So they are expected to make real big moves, the China ADR stocks. I was even looking at Billy today. The stock's up 9%. The October monthly calls are only up 62, 50, 75%. And the stock's up almost 10%. So liquidity is, or not liquidity, but implied vol is very, very high in those stocks. So, you know, you get a 1-2% move, the options are going to actually go down in value, not up in value. So just keep that in the back of your mind if you're trading them. You know. Oh, no problem. Al, what are you looking at? Sorry, missed it. Maybe I missed it for you. Yeah, that's another big thing. And thank you for pointing that out, BC. The trend's at 0.78. It was a lot lower. But still, market eternals don't look great either. So I know China's propped up the markets, but not a big move. One thing to notice too, the airliners did have a pretty big pullback today. So airliners had a pullback today. Maybe cruise liners follow. Those UAL calls were insane, but if you look at all the airliners, they are pulling back today. And you do have oil stocks a la Oxy with a big gap up. So the oil names are strong, hence why the Exxon, Chevron flow today. And obviously that will be good for the XLE stocks, but also the cruise liners, airliners, high oil, not good for them at all. And the Qs are down a little bit. I would wait for next week for Nike. I wouldn't try to jump the gun. You do have Ackman and Nike now, so I can't imagine they let Nike crash because of Ackman in it. I feel like he'll just come out and kick the, I don't know, CEO out or buy more shares. So if you see deep aggressive in the money put buying in Nike next week, then I say go for puts. But until then, I mean, it's filled the gap because of Ackman. It's pretty wild. Oxy on the highs here. I'm not in love with Neo. I'm not in love buying any China ADRs up here. So I just personally, not really. When the stocks have rallied, 10, 20, 30% in a week, I can't buy them. But there's a lot of calls. They're not big calls, though. They're more just, momentum calls. And, 60 grand, that's 99 grand. But I'm not going to argue with the call buying. Just me personally, I just don't think there's a lot of meat on the bone left. Personally. But there might be. I just will not participate out there. I know. I feel like I'm on the bench, but I just don't love the China ADRs. Good job, Estelle. 221% on Rocket Labs. You must have been adding or bought some out the money calls. Yeah, Rocket very strong. Rocket was very good. It took a day or two, but ended up working out. It's a I did a video on it too yesterday. Obviously, I was biased because I was already holding call options. But the when I was doing my research and I did it all on that YouTube video, it just looked, I want space allocation, and it looked like a better play than the other ones. And we broke that prior high I was looking at, and then we just surged. I also got an allocation to SpaceX, so I'm waiting to put in some wires for that. I think I got 150 or so in SpaceX. We'll see, though. Obviously, if they stay private, I lose all 150K. Just about, probably. If they go public, hopefully it's a double. But I didn't like that. ASTS, yeah, you're probably gonna have to wait, though. It did have a big move already. You're probably gonna have to wait. I say it probably consolidates down here 20, 25, and then wait for the next probably news event, next catalyst to happen. Man, Oxy on the high still. Oxy was a hard hold. So just to show you guys and girls out there, some JD calls for next week. Oh, Lord. Speaking of China, gosh. Oh, maybe don't listen to me. JD seeing some next week 41 calls. How much are they? Let's see. Let's do a little math. How much would JD next week calls be? 3,314 contracts. Open interest only 197. So volume way greater than open interest. I'm going to say these calls. So let's just say JD's at $40 a share. These calls are $1 out the money. I'm going to assume they're probably implying at least a 5% move for next week. So these calls are probably, well, they hit the penny option scanner, so everything is under $1. So probably 95. I'm going to say anywhere between 95 to 99 cents. They got to be near $1 because there's no way. The implied move has to be 5%. Let's take a look. Wow, 99 cents. I'm good. 1 second. Hello, honey. Oh, I just ordered one on Amazon. But thank you. Bye-bye. Love you. Sorry. My girlfriend called looking for a chainsaw. Or to go buy a chainsaw because I had a tree fall. All right, so I lost my train of thought. What was I going over? JD, right? What? Yeah, JD. So JD calls are about $1. Maybe I should just be all long China, but I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I feel like some of the China stocks ran a lot. But maybe it continues. Maybe it continues for another week. It's just getting a little silly. some of these China stocks. Um, yeah. Any God. Buy China and close your eyes. If you guys want to get really crazy, wow, Chevron calls are up 22% from wiretap already. Jeez, why didn't I buy a 100 lot? If y'all want to get really crazy in China and never look at it, like buy it and don't look, and love leverage, there's the yen, not the Japanese yen. It's ticker YINN. It's a 3 times leveraged China bull. The stock is up 100% in 2 weeks, just about. So, yeah, you want to get real frisky with the China stocks. There you go. Yeah, actually, look at this here. So the same JD calls. So look at this here. These JD calls actually hit on both. God. So these JD calls actually hit on both. And the 38 calls hit today. So the 38, the 39, and the 41s. Lord. I should be loving JD. If this was like Disney or PayPal, a stock like that, I would be doing backflips over buying calls. But I guess because it's a China stock, I'm just not in love with it. And that's really bad to say. Oh, Lord. I mean, they already moved so much. But yeah, just a little heads up out there. The oil names are super strong here. The oil stocks, Oxy, Chevron, Exxon, uh, all those oil stocks here. What did we saw some Exxon, didn't we? As well. Yeah, Exxon the next week 18s in the calls. Exxon the next week 18s in the calls. They're $2 out the money, but Exxon's up $3 today. So never say never here. You got a Husqvarna. Some hood calls for today. No, we just looked at those. Oh, some hood calls for next week. Ooh. Ooh, I'm liking these. Stocks on the highs of the day. Hood calls for next week, the next week 25s. If these are cheap, I'm going to buy them. They're under 40 cents. I'm going to scoop these up. That's the hood next week 25s. Oh, they're 31 cents. Cheapy cheapies. I love cheap calls. I'm going to buy these in hood. Hood, October 4th. I'll make it real big just so you can see. And these happen at the very end of the day, which I love. October 4th, 2024 expiration. 25 strike calls. Up 75% today. Good work. Good work. Down to get him to buy JD. Oh my God. All right. Oh, you know what? XPEP just hit the big boy. And
Um,
game junk. Oh
he'll
Lord.
buy JD if his scratch off wins a whole bunch.
All right. You know what? I'll make a bet with you. I will. Hold on. Let me buy these hood
See how
calls.
easy that is?
I posted them in the chat and I haven't even got them yet. What weren't they just 30 cents? Now they're 33 cents. Oh Lord. I'm paying a 10% premium on them. Oh my gosh. I'm paying a 10% premium because I was yapping. All right, I bought them at 33. Should have bought them when they hit. Here's what I'll do, just because Mark said this. If we win on the scratch off more than 20 bucks, I'll buy JD calls. If I lose less than 20 bucks or lose, then I will pass. All right, are you happy? It's a $5 scratch off.
Ecstatic. What if you make like $200?
Well, yeah, that would be good. XPEV calls just hit too. Another China stock. I'm gonna have nightmares about China ADRs because I've been saying, oh, they ran too much. Oh, well, they keep running. They keep running. All right. What are the numbers? 21, 7, 1, and 14. Ooh, I like these. All multiples of 7. Damn. All right. Maybe Mark's onto something. And I got a gold bar. What does that mean? Nothing. All right. Hold on. We still got 6 minutes. So, and we do have, all right, just so y'all can see the numbers. 7, 14, 21, and 1. All right. 24, 22. They're teasing me. 35, 34. No winners. 18, 13, 40, 23, 6, 10, 26, and 3. Wow. All right. Maybe the China ADR gods are not looking in my favor. Full transparency. Junk. No winners. And this, I haven't won a scratch off in like the last 5 of them. So I am destined to win soon on the scratch offs. Just a heads up. All right. So we got some hood calls. We got some Norwegian puts. So just in case you missed it, let me do a little, I'm even going to group these. I'm going to group these. So we got Norwegian calls or puts. I'm going to add them. Oh, DJT. Uh-oh, hold on. DJT. October 20s. Oh my goodness. They're 87 cents? How? Is the Trump lockup next week? It's got to be, right? The Trump lockup has to be next week. Trump October monthly 40s or 20s are 85 cents. They're crazy. This trader is crazy. The only way these make money is if Trump has the biggest squeeze ever. The stock's up 5.5% today. The calls are barely even moving. Is the Trump vote? Oh, it already happened? Oh, I would not buy these. If I had to trade them, I would probably do like a call spread, maybe like the 15, 20 bull call spread or the at the money calls, like the 15 calls. But I hate saying the trader's crazy because they did that in JD and Baidu calls and they're up 12,000%. But I just think that's a little crazy. Yeah, a $5 move. Yeah, that's just a little too crazy, even for me. But yeah, oh yeah, John, you're right. They did that in Micron, and the calls went up 300-400% before earnings. So you're right. You're right. Some Vital Energy, no. Yeah, a lot of GameStop here. The January 2025 25s, 13,000 contracts traded. It might be the kitty guy, Roaring Kitty. They might be rolling a position up and out. So they might be closing the 20s and buying the 25s. If I had to bet, I'd bet that. In the kitty. It looks like Rocket Labs, a lot of calls are being sold here in Rocket Labs. Just on my other screen, picking it up. A lot of those October calls. So something really important. When open interest is the same as volume, it usually means they're closing calls. So you see like on Rocket, open interest, same as volume, probably closing calls. So if you're in Rocket, maybe still in, maybe you want to take a look at the maybe getting out. HPQ. Oh Lord, right near the end of the day. HPQ 36s for next week. Let's take a look. They've been buying this little one. Is HPQ the computer, right? And remember what I said about when? I said they were crazy in when. And look what happened at when. HPQ, October 436s. I'm going to pass on them. Stock is down 4% today. Yeah, just not for me. I like what I have. So to give a quick rundown, we got a minute left. We did the Norwegian puts. That's the NCLH. We did the 21 puts for next week. We did the Hood, October 4th, 25 strike calls. That's Hood. The October 4th, 25 strike calls, and Norwegian, the next week puts for CCL earnings in the 21 strike. If you scroll up too in the chat, you'll be able to see them as well. More Hood calls just hit, actually. More Hood calls in the same line. Trying to get this out ASAP. More Hood. INOQ calls. Oh, that's too late. Damn it. Oh, what a sneaky bastard. IO and Q. Remember these from earlier? What a sneaky, sneaky trader. They did that on purpose. IO and Q, they did this on purpose, obviously. Damn it. What a this person knew what they were doing. INOQ, a few people brought that up earlier. Right before the closing bell, they did the October 11th 95 calls. So maybe one to write down for next week. IO and Q. They did the October 11th 9.5 calls. Good job, Jim. 110% on the rocket. Wow, John, you got almost 7x on Micron, $1.60 out at 7. Jeez. See, being a little crazy paid off. Yeah, being a little crazy definitely paid off for you. So this is the last week we have. Everyone, if you are not a member of the penny option scanner or you don't have it, this is the last week because it expires at midnight. I know we had a fantastic week together. Y'all really outshined me big time, aka John and Micron, and some of y'all who did some of these China ADRs crushed it. But if you do want the penny option scanner, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm just trying to get everyone who is on the Telegram, on our list and everything before it goes public, which will probably be in the next couple months. What they do is they put it on like Zero Hedge, CNBC, Market Watch, Yahoo Finance. And just to give you guys a quick summary, it will be about $1,000 more. Good job, Danny and IONQ. So we've had some great testimonials. Danny actually did IONQ today, 35%. So good job. Maybe look to get back in on next week. Obviously, there will be winners, there will be losers. There's no perfect system. Just want to fully disclose that. If you have any questions, you could call in, go on the company website, all that. But please note, yes, I had losers. I'll show y'all today. I've had losers. WBA, I lost. Where are you, WBA? $155. So I had a loser, right? Coca-Cola, I lost money in. I lost $435. You know, obviously had good trades too. So there will be winners, there will be losers. Just want to fully disclose that. Before we wrap up, thanks for being here. We released the penny option scanner maybe 2 months ago. And if you don't have it, stick around. Deanna actually posted a link where you can get it, but I still want to give everyone, if you do have it, thank you. And we're giving away an extra 3 months if you purchase this week or you have. Obviously, it's for 15 months. Good Lord, sounds crazy. When we first launched it, back then, we were going to charge more and it was going to be your membership, but there was struggles. We get the data straight from the CBOE. And quite frankly, the server wasn't updating. But since we did, it's been incredible. And thank you all for your feedback and testimonials. We've seen some pretty amazing signals. Names like PayPal, one of the favorites. Lumen, one of the favorites. Intel, 203% gain. We saw that one like 16 times, by the way. But here's the thing. We've also had y'all with some nice returns too. Like Alan, 64% and some more. Donna, 5 wins, about $420. Maybe she took an edible and got even higher. Sorry, I had to. 150% on Lumen. Funny enough, my stepdad is like 77 years old, and now he's been taking the edibles for his back pain. Joe said, started with 7K, now I'm around $12,385. Of course, nothing will win 100% of the time, but we have seen some pretty great opportunities because the option market is evolving. To summarize it is, people are getting smarter, more strategic, and it's why you'll see like orders right at 99,000 bucks. They don't want to cross, or why they'll do it end of the day. They don't want to cross that 100K mark because the strategies that used to work, they don't work no more. And that led to a different shift in the market. Everyone tracks big order flow now, even the broker platforms. I get alerts on my Schwab account, news feeds. CNBC used to have the ponytail bros, the Nigerian brothers. You know, they would go and basically talk about a stock with a big option order. Broker platforms now, the media brings it up. And now, obviously, we've been able to capture that with the news flow scanner. But no one tracks orders 100K or less. And that's where some traders have a leg up. They're placing smaller orders, cheaper options, and doing it more frequently. I know you'll probably say, Lance, some of these returns look crazy, you know, 50%, 75%, 100%. But that's the opportunity with cheap options. And each option is under $1. So cheap shorted date options, yes, they usually offer higher risk, but way higher ROI, reward. For example, when they pepper in a trade, this is what it looks like. Let's say they do like 52 grand. Maybe they'll buy another 1,200 contracts at 77 grand. Maybe they'll buy another 900 contracts at 59 grand, another 1,600 contracts at 99 grand. When you add up these orders in the math, you're around 277,000 bucks, which is a lot of money, right? That would spook the market. Implied volatility would jump and it would spook the market. It would get too much attention. And no one noticed smaller orders until we created the penny option scanner, because we're able to pick out these smaller orders that add up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that trade was good for about a triple-digit win. Then some of these trades will be featured on media websites. And that time it's too late. Bristol Myers was a name we did just the other day, and BMY. And then this morning they had a drug approval. We added to it a couple times in the options pit, and that was good for over triple digits. We saw in Nike ahead of the Bill Ackman news, where he took a stake in the Nike as hedge fund. This happened about an hour before the closing bell. We saw 4 orders in Nike, and then right at the market close, I know some of y'all were able to capture that big return, about 140%, and they were in the next week options. Some of y'all like Parag at 350%, Danny, I don't know if it's the same Danny in the chat, 230%, Michael 220%, Jody 124%, did Intel and Palantir too, by the way. Those are some other names that do well. And then George about 4,000 in Nike, Richie 997 bucks turning 5K. So again, we've been able to capture some big wins too to date. We started sharing this with the Diamond Club members, and now we have an option pit, which is a very private. There's less than, I think, 200 people in there, where we talk about entries, exits, and kind of the creme de la creme trades. We've had names from 20 cents to 40 cents, from 46 cents in Devon Energy to 99 cents, McDonald's 75 cents to 236. So we invited you today because after 9 months, we started working on this in January to get the penny option scanner working. It is the only scanner in the world that tracks option orders under 100K in an easy to read format, volume greater than open interest, spot on the ask or above the ask, the most aggressive type order. You do get a steep discount, and this ends Sunday. So just a heads up, full transparency. If you're interested in picking it up, You'll get 90 days on the house. That's right, on the house. 3 months extra for free. We'll do every week. We do live trainings. We did a lot this week, but obviously next week they'll go strictly to members only live trainings. We won't have it to where we send it out to everyone. Obviously, as a new member, we want to make it worth your while. When it goes public, to say the least, it will be $19.97. But today, for being a beta tester, basically getting in early, being already in our system, you could save $1,000 off for $9.97. And the best part is you get it for a year plus 3 months. So you get it for 15 months. It's under $100 a month. I don't know what, $80 a month. I pay that just for literally data on the side here. And 90 days are on the house. So you get 90 days plus the year. So really you get 15 months. My goal is to make sure we have enough opportunities to cover your initial costs. Of course, we can't guarantee it will happen, but we have seen it many times. More testimonials. Kurt, $1,000 day. Richie, nice day, 5x. Chad, $3,500. If you want it, click the link in the chat or go to my name, lanceippolito.com/penny, long Italian last name, Ippolito. It will end at midnight. So just the last kind of warning, it will end at midnight. If you want to call someone, 904-404-8873, press 1, and they'll answer all your questions. Again, we do trainings every week for members only on it, usually Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday or Thursday. And y'all picked you wanted to do trainings. I believe it was the afternoon. I got to look at the Telegram, so we'll be scheduling them in the afternoon. You can log in. It's a simple website. You don't have to do anything. There's no downloads. There's no software. Literally, it's a website. If you have a Safari, Google Chrome, Firefox, whatever you use for your internet browser, works on your cell phone, tablet, computer, and PC, you'll be good to go. Get $1,000 off and an extra 3 months. I think there's a link in the chat. There you go. I'll answer questions in about 2 minutes, but please note it will expire at midnight. Don't fill out the form though, or once you do, fill out the form. If you want the creme de la creme signals in a private Telegram channel, we call it the options pit. Think of it as, let's say you play baseball, or maybe you have a kid or grandkid who plays baseball. You could do the normal practice once or twice a week, or you kind of do private lessons or group private lessons. That's what the option pit is. Kind of just gives you a rundown on the creme de la creme signals, everything from market commentary, entries, exits on some positions, and just ideas, trade ideas throughout the day. So that is part of the subscription. If you want, it is an upsell. I think it's for lifetime members only. And I think it's, obviously for lifetime members, I believe, or you could call it an ask. Yeah. If you have any remaining questions, let's get them in the chat. And if you want to purchase, click there or call that number. And remember, you get 90 days on the house, $1,000 discount. So you get 15 months for a one-time purchase of $9.97. So real good deal. And again, price will go up. Oh, I just did it. But let me answer, Dion, let me scroll through the chat.
Yeah. So your first question, as always, what's the difference between the Newsflow scanner and the options penny scanner?
So Newsflow scanner, real good question. We're looking at option orders, $1 or less. It has to be front month. So that would be 4 weeks or 30 days out or under. So you won't see any long dated stuff. The option has to be under $1. And the premium criteria is different. We're looking at option orders from $50,000 to $100,000. So you'll often see more orders, more short dated trades from like 1 to 3 days. I think the average hold time is about 2 days. More day trades, more swing trades, and I would also argue probably more smaller, unique stocks that you won't see too often on the big boy scanner. Like INOQ is a kind of a unique one. Obviously, DJT is one. HPQ even, Hood, Norwegian. So I would say smaller stocks that usually move a little bit more. So higher liquidity most of the time. Usually good bid-ask spreads, and obviously cheaper options. Let's see what else. the option pit is kind of a combination. Let me pull that up for you, of alerts, market commentary, and trade ideas. So let me pull that up here for you. So like here, we actually did, actually added a lot to Bristol Myers yesterday. My buddy thought I was crazy, but Bristol Myers, we actually bought those in the morning session on Friday or on Thursday, and then around noon, might add to Bristol Myers calls. If we get down there, stock is fading on low volume. IV is still juiced up in the weeklies, 87%. Now, 95% market makers expecting a $1.85 move higher or lower between now and then I put my fill. So I got filled about 30 minutes later. Pfizer, wrote some commentary on Pfizer because Pfizer will move with Bristol Myers. Took some Bristol BHP exits and then added more Bristol Myers about 22 minutes before the close. And then, obviously wrote about Bristol Myers. And we also, I did some hedging in TLT, SQQ. So kind of just more, I would say more of a intimate, I post a lot on there usually during the day, especially if on the computer out there. So kind of just market commentary, trade ideas, entries, exits, all that jazz throughout the day. How many alerts pop up? Carol asks. That's a real good question, Carol. I would probably say depends on the day, but like today, let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20. We had a lot today. 30, 40. Wow. Wait, was this today? Wow. Yeah, so today you had about, I would say 40 or so. Some days will be more, some days less. Man, we had that many. We had more Pfizer today, actually. I would say 20 to 40 on average, give or take. Let's see what else we have. What was the percentage? There you go. Wait. Yes. So I would say day trades to swing trades. Honestly, I'd probably say 50-50. To be honest with you, Wade. I would probably say 50-50. 50% day trades, 50% swing trades. Pretty coin flip out there. And it tracks calls and puts bought on the ask or above the ask. So what you can do if you want to make it smaller, you can and click on it. So you could click on each one. It has a search feature, and obviously you could download and export to like an Excel sheet if you want to take notice. But it will give you, and this is something a little bit different to the Newsflow scanner. So it will tell you the ticker, the expiration, the strike, bullish or bearish calls. So it's just doing directional calls bought on the ask or above the ask. Above the ask is more aggressive. So it means they paid over market. And it will also show you the volume and open interest on the option line. So you know exactly, which one. Like, for example, if we go to this IO and Q, it says volume is 2,066, open interest is 80. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. And that is the IO and Q. October 11th, 9.5 calls. And so you go, 2,066 volume, 80 open interest. So you can see, pretty much exactly what you're looking at. What is the average and max DTE on these? Well, they can be today expiration. So they can be any between 30 days out to 1 day out, or really same day out there. How does the premium factor, Karen? I did well on Oxy calls. Great job. Usually, Karen, that's a real good question, actually. It depends on the underlying stock, but if it's, let's just say it's like one order for 55,000, then probably not too much confidence, I would say. Let's say it's 2 or 3 orders at 55,000. Well, then that adds up on the same ticker symbol. And then obviously, if you see it combined, like Oxy, you did see some Oxy on the Newsflow scanner too, kind of just a boost of confidence. Obviously, these were November, not the October 11th ones. So obviously, those will give you a cheaper alternative to the, I think those were 330 or so at the time. Zoom, yes. Multiple alerts per ticker is even better because you know you're correct. Oh, thank you, Karen. I love the scanner. Love hearing that. Tess, Lance, we buy the scanner service, we get out trades like you did this week. So I don't, since there's like 30 to 40 alerts per day, I don't give alerts out on every single name. In the options pit, I would probably say like 30 to 40%. I'll write either a trade idea on, color on, or hey, I like this to take a trade on. But not every trade. That would just be too overwhelming. And then obviously trying to manage like 20 to 30 trades would be a little difficult, to say the least. So, uh, you know, I try to keep it down to maybe a handful or so. Anything more than that kind of gets hard to keep track of. TB, that's a good question. Deanna, can you answer? Do you know that answer?
Okay, let me see.
He says, I got life on
Lifetime.
Penny. And
Yep. Oh, so with the options pit, no, you only get 3 months right now. It's still in beta. And once we release it, we're going to actually give you guys a chance to get lifetime on your options pit. But as of right now, options pit is still in beta. So we're not offering anything like that.
oh, thank you. Did not know that. Bisula, that was the implied move. So the expected move of the underlying stock in Bristol Myers, not like the put call ratio or differential. Oh, wait, got that. Oh, Carol, sorry to hear that. Hope you're doing okay though. And good to see you here.
And
Robert, I would probably say like 30 to 40 or 20 to 40 to be safe. Yeah, Carol, you're good to go then. You don't, yeah, you get
diamond
everything.
numbers have it.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to point out to you guys, I am putting the price in my little link for lifetime. Right now, the price of lifetime is about the price that we're going to be raising it to. It's a little bit more, but if you guys skip this current promotion, in a few weeks, you're going to be paying about 1,099 for for 1 year of the penny scanner. So if you guys are kind of like on the fence or you really know you want this, this is the lowest we're going to be offering lifetime too. So I would definitely get it in because that's going to be about the price that you're paying in a few months just for a year. That was kind of word vomit, but it is a really good price. We're going to definitely be launching lifetime for a lot more than it is right now. So if this sounds like something you're really, really interested in and you can afford to get it, I would definitely get lifetime right now because we're not offering it that cheap ever again.
Indeed. And Ivan, if you're on here, I just sent the message to make sure we take care of you and hook you up. Real quick, because I know it's late, it's Friday. I got to hop on the tractor and clear some trees because my whole driveway is like blocked. This will end at Sunday at midnight. Just a heads up. If you do have it, thank you. Thank you also for taking advantage of the special and not, being an action taker, not being too late. But also, you get it not only for 12 months, but for 15 months because they threw in 3 months extra. And basically because when we first made it, we had some issues with the servers. So I was like, well, we got to hook people up. You will get $1,000 discount. So it's only $997 for 15 months. And again, it will be, I think $1,597. So about $1,000 more when it goes live or public, when they put it on the websites and stuff. We do trainings every week, usually Tuesday or Thursday. We do trainings for members only in the penny option scanner. And basically it's just live trading for an hour or so, screen sharing, going over your questions, answers, stuff like that, kind of just a walkthrough. I think that's how you learn the most is by, watching the visual. I was a visual learner until I kind of got started.
I think you muted yourself by accident.
So we do trainings every week. Every week, members only, basically live trading, questions and answers. You get the visual, how to use it, how to sort what signals are good, which ones you might want to pass on, which ones are even like the best of the best. So it's 15 months, $9.97, and it does end at midnight. And I think that's it. Let me see if there's any more questions here. Name David. I'm not sure. You might have to call in. I'll
Yeah,
let
if he calls
Deanna
in, he'll
try
get
to
it.
answer some questions too, if it's like about the packages or years, because I don't handle the account info. Um, but it can't hurt to call. I will say that, or just nag Deanna and make her say yes.
Yeah, neg my bosses. Training, I will send out invites probably sometime tonight, so keep an eye on your email. It's going to be late in the day. I just have to double check with Lance which time he wants to do. I have like two options
Oh, let
for
me
him.
look. I'll look now. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I didn't send them to you yet, but
Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna look when to schedule the next training. Deanna, if you want to cover some questions,
yeah, yeah.
feel free.
Options Pit, we right now it's in beta. We're not offering it for lifetime yet. Once
Oh,
we're
they want
ready
to do
to
the morning.
release it,
No,
we'll give you
afternoon.
guys a option to upgrade. So people who already have Options Pit as part of the lifetime will give you an option to upgrade to Options Pit lifetime as well. Um, Paul, we will totally take that feedback. We're still improving the Options Pit, and I'm sorry, we're still improving the penny scanner. So as you guys see
Oh
it,
yeah,
yeah,
Paul, that's a good question. So let me get an update on that now. So what they were doing is they're gonna put on the uh they were gonna put it on a new server. Um they were gonna put it on a new server and stuff. I just sent them a message now, but they didn't want to kind of break the system when they did it. So let me see when they're going to do that. That's a good question, though, and thank you. All right, let me see when we're going to do the next training. How do I go to week on this calendar thing? Month. Um, what's today? Why don't we do? Hmm. Why don't we do like Monday? Oh shoot, I have Joey here. Mm, why don't we do Tuesday? Do you want to do Tuesday morning? Or we could do Monday at the close, like 3. I say Tuesday morning or Monday.
let me
Um,
confirm real quick that you can do Monday. Let's see. Yeah, so
oh,
you're good for either time. You're not going to be overlapping with anybody.
okay. I say we do. So I have Joey here Monday. Um, I say we do either Monday at like 3 or Tuesday at like the 9:30. Monday
Wait, let me see if I
close.
can do
All
a
right, let's just
poll.
do Monday close. I see
Do you want to
Wes.
do Monday close? Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll do Monday at 3. I should be done.
Okay. I
I
mean,
don't
if
think
not,
I'll.
Joey can hang out. He's used to this.
Yeah. Oh, they said next week for the update, by the way. Oh, yeah, all updates and all that stuff are free, by the way. You never
Um,
have to pay anything more again.
Stan, he gets his ideas from both. I don't think there's one you get more from. I think it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, both, but also um obviously with the news flow scanner, way more swing trades and long-term stuff. This way more day trades and short-term swing trades. Um, it depends. That's a really good question now that I think about it. Because I feel like I've been doing way more short-term stuff and nothing really long-term at the moment. I think I'm just kind of scared that the market takes a big drop. So I haven't been really big committed on like longer term positions. So I would definitely say way more active with this. Um, let's see what
Oh,
else.
updates, Mary Chris. Whenever
It
there's
will
something
it
substantial,
will
I'll email you back.
automatically be updated. Mary Chris, you don't have to do anything. So basically, we do the updates at after the close, so like at night, and then all it will happen is when you go to your members area or the website, it will automatically be updated. So you don't have to do anything, nothing at all. If you do, so you'll still go to your, your normal web page, and this is how easy it is to populate. There you go. You don't have to do anything. It will automatically be there. If there is something, or like the updates are a little different, we'll send an email and note out like, hey, um, this format's going to be different, but I don't anticipate anything like that. Usually they do the updates very, very smooth. Monday at 3 p.m. it is, the next training. Let me see what else I missed. I got some messages here. Let me see if I could get to them. Ba, 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 ba. Deanna, did I miss anything? Look here.
No, you got everything from the looks of it.
Oh no, I was gonna go to my wrestling show. I got refunded. Oh, well,
I
that's
would
weird.
definitely take more time. And just as a reminder, guys, if you really like the sound of this, before we raise the price of lifetime, I don't know the exact price, I would definitely get it. Options Pit is going to be standalone in a few months. It's not right now, it's still in a beta program. And when we are ready to launch it, we're going to give existing people members. That wasn't a sentence. Once we officially launch it, we're going to give existing members a chance to get Lifetime just for Options Pit. But as of right now, Lifetime is not available at all for Options Pit just because it's still in a beta. In a few months, we'll launch it first to people who already have it, and then we'll launch it to the mass public.
Yes, exactly. So get it now while you can before well, it shuts down at midnight, and then who knows, it might be 2 3 months, and then what they do is they put it on like all uh financial websites and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
when
we
they
make
do
you
that, because
famous.
they spend a lot of money to do those ad stuffs, and that's why the price is usually more. uh uh Probably not 100K, because 100K, yeah, probably not 100K, because once an order goes over 100K, it kind of gets picked up too much. We did widen out the expiration, um, and that's why we've been getting, more signals. Probably, Scott. I think that's what they're aiming to do, because we're probably going to hire someone to help run with that. Um, but I would probably say, um, probably either December or January, um, whenever they, get the team behind it. But probably, and then they want to. I know from what they've said before, they want to make it like a premium. But yeah, Paul, I got that. I sent them a message for that refresh, and they said next week. Um, and then let me see. Would I miss anything, Deanna? I'm trying to scroll through the chat, but
No, I think that
I
you just about
got this
got it. Either
big
I've
light.
answered them or you've answered them.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I'm out the Keys. I was only in the Keys for a day, actually, and it was dead when I was on the cruise. Right side, it was pretty dead on the Keys when I was there. I only went there for the day on the cruise, but it was same with Duval. Duval Street was pretty dead too. Uh, Duval Street was pretty dead and I think it was a Friday I was in the Keys. Shocking. But when you're on a cruise, they just park you by Duval, you walk there, and then you go back by the evening. So, um, anywho, yes, yes, that's where Jack gets the picks, actually. Oh, thank you, Carl. Good to see you as well. All right, everyone, let me go. It's I got a few hours here, and I really do gotta hop on the tractor and clear up the driveway, or else we're gonna be trapped in the house. Oh, well, we got a back gate, thankfully, but it's a little bit of little bit of some storm damage here, but nothing too crazy. Last hurricane, I had a tree actually fall right out here on the house. I couldn't even open this door. This time, it only in the pasture, so not too bad. But if you are in the south, please stay safe. I know there's still high wind and everything like that in some of the southern states, so be careful. And we'll get to it the next training Monday. That we 3 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Oh, thank you. There's nothing better than a Kubota. I know some people like deer, but I like the Kubota a lot. Made in Georgia too, or their factory, even though Kubota's a Japanese brand. And deer might be in Mexico, so watch out, them tariffs. uh, I no Tess. It should be Sunday. It should be Sunday. If not, if as long as you keep the number or do it. If you call, they'll hook you up with till Sunday at midnight. So, but yeah, that's what we were told.
Yep, they're
Oh,
apparently not going to be honoring like if you call in Monday, it's not happening.
oh,
They're keeping this one for yeah, they're pretty strict about this one because they've left it open for a while, unfortunately.
oh. Well, don't listen to me then. Oh,
Sorry.
you got a bigger Kubota, huh? What's that got? Like a 60 horsepower? I think mine's 34, 35 horsepower. Oh, wow. You got the cab with the AC. I actually thought about buying the cab with the AC because it gets so hot here. But I got a top. I had to lower it because uh I couldn't fit it in the garage. So I lowered the top. Yeah, it's hot here in Florida, trust me. I had to wear long sleeves, big hat, uh, long pants, and the bugs are really bad now. Uh, even like 6 o'clock, the bugs are horrible down here. Well, I'm on the water too. I don't know if that plays a role. But ever since I got rid of chickens, the bugs have increased all over. Never had so many bugs in the house or outside. So, all right, everyone. Thank you all. And